Welcome to all the classic car enthusiasts. Just want to give you a little update on what we're doing. We've been working on this XJ6, this it's a Mk1 6970 I believe it is. So I'll show you that, I'll pick up the camera. Also I wanted to show you this. We've actually upgraded this a little bit. We've cleaned up all the welds on it and put a box section in, because when we had it at 90 degrees this single plate is not strong enough, so we've made it into a box section now, and I'll put the camera up and show you that. Also for David Winnie, this is a guy I'm in touch with, he's in America, who's doing an XK150 roadster the same, and we're about the same kind of position. He's just starting to rebuild his new chassis, and I just wanted to show you that all the chassis, I think I mentioned this in my email, but all the chassis that were made, they made them all for S specification cars. So there was brackets, this one I have, and on all the others had the brackets for both the pumps. On the 3.4 SE, the special edition with the twin carbs, they had one pump, one SU pump, electric fuel pump, and on the triple carburetor, the S specification, they had two pumps, and they were wired, or they were plumbed internally to each other. But all the chassis were made that way, so they were all stock. And I'll pick the camera up and I'll show you that as well. So a little bit for everybody. So I'll pick the camera up and you can see what we're up to. So this is how it looks now. So you can see that all that gunk that was on the top has all been taken off. It's been re-welded. It looks quite nice now. All this is all finished up, and you can see there now, I'll get out the light, you can see how we put a box section on it to give it the strength, because when it was sat here at 90 degrees it's just a bit too much weight on it, because obviously the car and the jig is offset and all the weight's sitting on it. So anyway, that's how it's done, and it's just a bit of box section. Thinking about it now, I should have really used a piece of box instead of two angles. But anyway, it works well and it does the job. So for David Winnie, so you were asking me, or you sent an email about this. This is where your normal pump, SU pump, is sitting, because you mentioned something about there wasn't a bracket, or there was a bracket. I can't remember exactly, but so this is where the normal one goes for the SE, and then the other one goes here at a slight angle for the S specification. So it's a double pump system. Apart from that, the other thing I noticed as well for you, David, is I don't know if you noticed this, but on my original chassis, you can see there where these front suspension points are. You can see on this one it's welded right the way across, whereas on my original chassis, the one that I'm dumping, if you're not dumping, but I'll keep it as a backup, it's not welded across there. That piece there is open. It's only welded on the gusset side of it. So I don't know if yours is the same as mine there. In fact, it looks like it's open there, but it's not. It's actually welded right the way across. I don't know if that's coming up very well. Here you can see it. Anyway, and then to finish off, today, this is a neighbour of mine up the road who owns this this Mk1 XJ6, and I don't know if this light's going to work. We put all new inner and outer wheel bearings on for him. Let's see if this is going to turn on, is it? Yeah, okay. We put new inner and outer wheel bearings on, which is here. You can see that's too strong, that light. And we did the new fulcrum bearings. You can see there, all new on the side there. I'll get that light right. And we found out that actually isn't the full problem. The main problem is in there. You can see, hopefully you can see where the disc is, and what's happening is the not just the disc is only held on by those 4 bolts and the flange on the end, the drive flange, or the UJ, but it seems like the bearings moving in and out. There's play there. And this is what's given the play it's given end float to when you put the wheel on the car and you tilt it, and you check for end float, it's very high on the top, and this flange you can see there is actually coming in and out. So there obviously is some problem with the differential. What it is exactly, I don't know, and I'm not an expert on this. I'm not an expert on anything, to be honest, but there's somebody to try. So what we're going to have to do is take the whole IRS out. So what we'll do tomorrow is, it's easier to work on them, to be honest. They're so difficult and tight to get into. So what we'll do tomorrow is he'll take off the exhaust because they wrap over the top there. Take these bolts out the chassis, and if they're bad in the chassis, we'll take them out through the V-blocks and drop the whole IRS down, and then find out what the problem is, and if so, we'll have to take the diff to a specialist. And but that whole, the bolts were very tight on the flange there. This is the dry flange, you can see there. They were tight, it was all shimmed up well, there's no problems, but there's movement backwards and forwards. Anyway, so that's what we're up to, and so now we've gone from changing a couple of wheel bearings on the rear hubs to taking the IRS out completely, and possibly even having the differential done. So, but there's no other way to do it. They're so compact, these IRSs, that it's near impossible to get the calipers off, or because they've got locking wire on them, like aircraft locking security wire, and so on and so forth. So anyway, so that's it for tonight. Just a quick update, and yeah, it's always the same with these old cars, you know. The guy who owns the car is called Martin. I say he's a neighbour who's just built a house two up from us, and he's not into cars. He's not, well, he likes driving them and he likes having them, but he doesn't do any repairs or any maintenance, has no knowledge. And I said to him, if you're into classic cars, either you do the work yourself or you have to have very deep pockets. And I think anybody who's got a classic car will back me up on that. If you don't do the work yourself, you're in for a very expensive hobby. So anyway, that's it. So thanks for watching in, and I'll give you an update. I'm going to Czechia tomorrow, to former Czechoslovakia, to this friend of mine that has the big workshop, a big factory, and I'll take some video of the sandblasting machine, so if you're interested, so you can see it and see how it all works, and how it cleans it and all the rest of it, plus the chassis, his chassis and my old chassis. So look in tomorrow, not tomorrow, Wednesday night. So take care and bye for now. Take care, bye.